For more than 20 years, I've traveled the world to communities both large and small. Most have called themselves smart cities, with the latest and greatest technology, smart parking, smart traffic, lighting, and transit. But I wanted more than just smart. I was looking for what made the community a great place to live, to work, to start a family, launch a business, and make room for the next generation. My question was, how smart is your city, really? Well, let's find out, here on Intelligence Test. Our subject today is innovation. It's one of the 6 ways that intelligent communities succeed at creating inclusive prosperity, strong social bonds, and a rich local culture, the 3 marks of success for the place that people call home. In the case of innovation, it's about creating new products, new services, and new companies that together make the economy grow. So if all you think of when I say innovation are some famous names, OpenAI, NVIDIA, Apple, Google, and so on, it can seem like America has a monopoly on starting companies and growing them into changemakers, but it's just not true. Now, one way we know that is through our long and close association with the nation of Taiwan. There are a lot of famous global companies there, Foxconn, Taiwan Semiconductor, Acer, all come to mind. But you'll also find a large and growing number of startups and scale-ups there. In fact, I sometimes think of Taiwan as a 77-year-old startup. And I think it's because when I'm there, I find that mentality of doing whatever it takes to get the job done, that's just about everywhere. Well, I want to explore that mentality today with 3 guests from New Taipei City, which is one of ICF's certified intelligent communities. That city is home to 4 million people, 5 giant industrial parks, 20,000 factories, and more than 50 business incubators. We're going to dive into one of those incubators called Digibase, which I had the privilege of visiting last year. My guests are Mr. Julian Su, who is the CEO of Cardinal Rain Company, which founded Digibase, and he's joined by 2 of their resident companies. Grace Chow is founder of Hearing Action, a social enterprise that got its start on YouTube. And David Liu is Chief Financial Officer of Hui, which is way out on the cutting edge of AI, of post-quantum cybersecurity, and secure systems integration. So to all of you, welcome to the program. So Julian Su, could you give us a brief description of your company, of what it does, and what the results are that so far?
Yeah, thanks, Robert. And it's my pleasure to be here with you and all the great startup teams. My name is Julian, and I'm the CEO of Cardinal Rain and also the CEO of Great Fortune Capital. And actually, I've been in venture capital industry for more than 20 years in Greater China region. I've been working as a fund manager in Taiwan, China, and Hong Kong. And there are 2 parts. One is I'm the CEO of Cardinal Rain, and Cardinal Rain is the leading startup consultancy here in Taiwan. And the company has been for more than 8 years. And we have been managing at least 7 flagship innovation center across the North Taiwan, both not only in New Taipei City, but also working with AWS and the biggest retailing group, President Group here in Taiwan. So we've been working with these leading companies to build innovation center or accelerator to help Taiwan startups to go global. And the other position I've been serving is the CEO of Great Fortune Capital, which is a growth stage capital company in Taiwan, and we've been doing a lot of investment here in not only in China but also in the States. All the Cardinal Rain, both the Cardinal Rain and the Great Fortune Capital are part of our mother company, FCC Partner ecosystem. And FCC Partners was founded by invest banking veteran CY Huang. And so now our group covers sales side investment banking business, the buy side venture capital business, and also the family office consultancy and startup consultancy. So it's like a full spectrum financial services. And yeah, so that's I've been start here and see any questions from your side.
Well, thank you. That's you've covered the ground, and I think that's, by the way, a very characteristic Taiwanese approach that you have. Yes, you have, your incubators, but you also have your growth companies, and then you're thinking about the whole business growth
Yeah,
cycle, which I think is how everybody really needs to be thinking about this.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so I'm aware of two of the incubators you run, New Taipei City's Digibase and also InnoSquare. These are in New Taipei City. Could you tell us about, what makes them distinct? What's their targeting in terms of the startups that they bring on board? And why are they different? What are they,
yeah,
why do
sure,
you have two of them?
sure. As Robert just mentioned, New Taipei City is the biggest city in terms of population in Taiwan. Uh, there are 4 million people call it home in New Taipei City. And I think New Taipei City got more than 10 incubation center only in New Taipei City. But there are two, we can say, biggest one or the two focused mainly on deep tech or tech companies. That is InnoSquare and the Baogao, DigiBase, Baogao DigiBase. There's two incubation centers focus mainly deep tech and AI and tech startups. And luckily, the Cardinal Ren manage both startup incubation center. And I'll say start from the InnoSquare. InnoSquare is actually the first government-owned incubation center in Taiwan. So it's already 14 years since its inception. And because InnoSquare is the first one, so it's actually quite famous here in Taiwan startup ecosystem. And we recruit 30 startup teams every year in InnoSquare. And the competition is actually quite strong because the location is actually quite convenient, and it's just in the same building with our MRT, the our metropolitan station in New Taipei City. So the traffic is actually quite convenient, and the working space and also the all the facilities are quite convenient for the startup teams. And we think that the most important thing for InnoSquare is that because it's uh, the InnoSquare focus mainly on AI software and deep tech startup. And we are Cardinal, we are well connected to global and also Taiwan capital and Taiwan big enterprises, and also the input from New Taipei City government. So the staff here in InnoSquare, they are well connected to not only capital, but also big enterprise and also the government resources. And we will say, we will, when the staff team uh, enter the InnoSquare and we'll have uh, uh, say the full interview and with the company and see what's their strengths, what their core technology, and what we can do to help them to grow fast in this coming year. And we'll try to connect big enterprises and to do POC with the startup, and also see if the startup they want to do fundraising, we'll try to connect them with the suitable investment company or venture capital. So that's basically, and also because it's the first incubation center in Taiwan, so there are many venture capital or global incubation center or accelerator. When they visit Taiwan, they'll come to visit InnoSquare. And so that's why also we have been working with the Singapore and Japan, the Korea, and also, of course, the United States accelerators on a regular basis. And let's talk about the other accelerator, the DigiBase. That's also the one Robert visited last year. And the DigiBase, the beauty part of DigiBase is because it's located in Science Park area, the industry park. So it's well connected to all the enterprises based in that park. Say you just mentioned the Foxconn. The Foxconn got two offices in the DigiBase, the building, the industry park, and also the Germania, and also some big software companies there, and also I guess Tesla also based here in Taiwan. So the industry park, there also we got I guess less than 100 big enterprises are based there. So the startup team there, they are able to work with those big enterprises and to try to build more connection and see we are trying to also to explore more POC opportunities. And also, of course, we Cardinal Ren as the operating manager, we also provide the startup team uh, the the same capital or resource matching or those kind of services as InnoSquare. So basically, I think the main difference is the InnoSquare, they are more established and focused both early and mature startup teams. And for the Digibase, they are targeting more startup team working with big enterprises, the POC opportunities. And for digital-based startups, they are a little bit early stage. So when we are talking about capital or business POC opportunities, they are little bit different. But we all are very proud of those startups in New Taipei City. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
thank you. That's very, very interesting. It's and aside from that, they're not located right on the MRT. I happen to know because we drove there in an automobile. So,
Yeah.
Julian, I've got one more question I want to ask you, but I'm going to put it off for a bit because I want to hear from our other guests as well first. So, Grace, let me turn to you. First of all, could you just tell us about your company? Why did you found it, and how has it developed since you got it started?
Yeah, thank you. So I am an audiologist. So basically, we treat people with hearing loss. We help people with hearing loss to actually get help with hearing aids and also like our rehab. So what happens is that during my early clinical years, I was working in Singapore and I also worked in like hospital and also in some hearing aid manufacturer. So I have been having the privilege to see different field of the hearing aid industry. And I have actually found that there are very similar problems all over the world that a lot of people, you cannot imagine is that there are actually 20% of the global population that has mild hearing loss. And there are only 1% of the people are actually using hearing aids. It means that there are 19% of the global population that they have hearing loss and they are not using it. So that got me thinking why this happened. and what can we do to actually get more people to get hearing aids. The reason is not that I want to sell hearing aids. It's really because that hearing is such an important sensory. Like even for what we are doing now, a lot of things that now is really turning to like voice AI that you can communicate with like AI robots, and that's really the foreseeable future that's coming up. So what I'm thinking is that I need to do something about it, and I have to go down into like different kind of like solution and trying to see what might be the possible reason that people are not using it. So one of the reason I actually discover is that a lot of people want, if they have hearing loss, they will only wait until it's so severe. Then they will go and see a doctor. And then they will only come to us as a professional, hearing care professional. And the reason is because that people don't really know like why they need to get hearing aid or get help in the early stage, or maybe there's no access. It's too inconvenient to actually or even think of that there's like audiologist that is there to help them. So this is why that we think that how are we able to bring hearing care earlier in the very early stage? How do we bring it to the community? Can we make a lot of audiologists and going into the community? So this is why that our company now is actually working, or we're actually build an AI hearing expert. So you just need an iPad and a headphone. It can be in a family clinic. It can be in the pharmacies. So with people that actually feel that, oh, I might not be hearing so well, they can actually go and play with it. And with an actual hearing care professional so inside our iPad, we can actually tell them a lot of stuff that can actually help them into moving on to certain of the help that they needed. So this is what we have been doing. And as you mentioned, actually my journey started with YouTube. I came back to Taiwan. I started with YouTube. And the reason was also because of the awareness. Like people don't really know about the importance of hearing loss. And if you are going into that hearing aid searching trial, it's like another, there's so much of like information that's overwhelming, and you can't really do any like decision out of the internet. And that's why we actually started there. And now we want to actually bring the hearing care professional right in the shops or maybe just in your phone. And that's what we're doing.
It's very interesting. You'll be pleased to know, as an audiologist, my wife and I began to think, we're not really hearing as well as we could. And so we went and were tested, and our hearing is fine. We just were ignoring each other.
No, that's the worst.
Fixed it. It's fine. It's fine. But
It's
it
okay.
was, but we were alert. We were alert. Let me turn to David Liu. David, could you do the same thing for us, please? Could you briefly introduce your company and your focus on, and I have to say, I had trouble following this, AI empowerment and quantum protection.
Okay, our company is called He Technology. We specialize in secure digital transformation solution for to large enterprises and government agencies. We found that one of the biggest challenge for organization when they faces when adopting AI is the risk of sensitive data leaks. That's where we see the opportunity to help our customers. So we have two main products. One is AI empowerment, and the other one is quantum protection. On the AI empowerment side, we offer He Engine, which is a 100% on-premises plug-and-play AI agent. It helps companies to manage complex internal compliance requirement and large knowledge bases, all within their environment. So the sensitive data never leave the organization. And on the quantum protection side, we focus on preparing business for the future cybersecurity threats brought by quantum computing. Our flagship product is called BIO Care Q Vault, which uses NIST validated post-quantum cryptology to protect valuable AI models and confidential data at the hardware level. So in a simple term, we help enterprises to make their AI both smart and secure. Just an example, we all heard from Google's quantum team that there could be a potential threat that Bitcoin, the transaction could be could break in the future. So that's why enterprises are looking to protect their data now.
Absolutely, and it's you're dealing with today's threat and tomorrow's threat. So, I can't resist. Microsoft this morning in the U.S. announced that is putting out some cybersecurity tools, basically AI agent cybersecurity tools. And I was very interested in the debate that instantly sprang up whether that was more dangerous than not having those tools and so forth. The whole notion of AI breaking out and where it's supposed to be. Is that something you're running into when you're talking to your customers or future customers?
We will tell them the risk of AI breaking out, like you said. I think there are many cases that you can see on the internet saying that the AI actually went rogue.
Yeah,
You went rogue. I think OpenAI just mentioned that they have been attacked by another program,
right.
try to break into their system, find a leak, and try to win the game. Because unfortunately, the programmer told the AI program that you need to win. And the AI will find them no matter how they do it, they will try to win the program, even by cheating or doing something illegal. So I think that very soon in the near future that you will have perpetrators try to teach the AI to break into enterprises, systems.
Okay, well, it's an exciting future ahead of us. Let me just stay with you for a moment, then we'll come back to Grace. Okay, so we've heard from Julian about his company's goals and how they work and the different kinds of offerings they have. But I want to go inside here. David, what has been your company's experience and journey at Digibase? Working with Cardinal Rain and its other subsidiaries. Can you give us a view as to what kind of support you've been able to get and what the milestones are that you're going through?
Okay, first of all, here at DigiBase, they offer great, fantastic facilities. But also that what made this place different is that the innovation ecosystem that we see here. Like Julian earlier said, that you have companies like Tesla, Garmin, Honghai's EV solution division here, and also many biotech company, biochip companies. So there's like an ecosystem where we can meet each other and learn from each other too. And also here in the center, we have support from the new Taipei City government youth departments. They connect us with potential clients, enterprises, and government agencies. It's usually not easy for startup company to approach these customers. We have no background, but they help us in this field. And so Garmin Red has been very supportive in introducing us to these potential clients. And lastly, that they also help us to match up with potential investors when it comes to fundraising, and they've been very supportive on that too. So we got great support from Julian and his team.
That's very interesting. It's fascinating what you said about it's the youth department of the city government, and as for all of our listeners and watchers, really, how is your youth department doing in terms of starting innovation? Right. Again, this is a marvelous place where innovation, economic development, and community development and support all come together, right, and make the community stronger. Grace, let me turn over to you and ask the same question. From your point of view inside Digibase, what is the experience like? What's the support that has been valuable to you, and what are the milestones that your company's going through?
Yeah, so I will agree with David that the facility is really good. So, and Robert, you have also
It's
been
also
there.
beautiful. It's also beautiful, by the way, which is
It is. It is. Yeah. So we are actually a fully remote team since day one. Yes. So we actually meet maybe only quarterly. And for us to have a space somewhere is just a waste. And for like the DG base that we can actually do co-working and also have our annual meetings and everything there, that's really a big help for startup teams. And so also about the ecosystem. So I also have the similar experiences that Julian and the team actually invited like some of the companies in the ecosystem in the building to join us with the open day or like our demo day, so we can actually have the real like connection. And they are also very like helpful to give us a lot of advices, or we can actually connect together. And there are two more that I want to add on is the government like proof of concept kind of pilot projects that we can actually work with the new Taipei City, that we actually have been working on some health program is with the Department of the City office. And also we also have like ongoing possibilities of working with the health department of the city. So that is something it's not something other kind of incubator will be able to provide. So that is we are very thankful, and it's a really good way for us to try out some of our concept or business model. And lastly, but not least, is the international connection. Like now that I'm talking to you and sharing my ideas or what we are doing here, and we also have a lot of different opportunities or like subsidies for us to go for an exhibition, help us to actually do exhibition internationally. Or there's also a collaboration with LARTA in LA just coming in August. So there are like a 10-day collaboration program for us to go over, and also that like LARTA, they will also help us to connect with people in the States. So that is something also very, very.
I'm sorry, I just want to get you, LARTA. I'm actually not familiar with that, and some of our viewers may not be too. What is the organization? LARTA?
LARTA, yes, LARTA is a it's also like an accelerator, if I'm not wrong. Julian,
Okay.
would you like to add on? Yes.
Some education here, Julian, if you can help us out. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a accelerator based in LA, and but it's another program funded by youth department. So I'm not quite familiar with that program. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm pleased to hear that we have that. So, because there's not so many brilliant things going on in my country right now.
Yeah.
Grace, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Were you finished?
Yeah, that's about it. So it's really a nice like incubator and community for us to be in.
Well, I can't resist just a teachable moment here. So you're hearing about what's going on in New Taipei City, a city of 4 million people, and I can tell you exactly the same thing is happening in a city I know well in the middle of the state of Ohio with 37,000 people. So it's not about how big you are and what resources you have, it's about how you approach it, how your strategy works. So there you go. There's your teachable moment for the day. Julie,
Totally.
I just want to come back to you. Just see here which of these two questions I want to ask you. Okay. Yeah. This, I guess, is for me. Taiwan is better, in my experience, than most nations are at connecting national and local government policies on innovation and then integrating them with universities and businesses. Now, you are right at the center of that kind of practice. So could you tell us about how that works, right? Because these organizations don't necessarily think about things the same way or operate in the same way, and yet they do work together to accomplish something important.
Yeah. I think Taiwan's success in building a vibrant innovation ecosystem lies in the effective execution of the so-called triple helix model, aligning government, industry, and academia. And we, of course, with professional consultancy operator like Cardinal Ren, we're serving as the vital catalyst. And in practice, it works seamlessly through three layers. The first is the policy and resource alignment. And as you may imagine, the central government provides strategic policy guidance and R&D funding, but local government like New Taipei City and provides physical hubs and a test bed and local industry access. And of course, as you may met the department head, New Taipei City department head, Marcia. Marcia is actually from startup So she's quite open-minded, and she actually knew what staff really needs. So all the resources provided by New Taipei City government and youth department are actually quite helpful to startups. And the second layer is professional operations. And of course, although the government actually provide resources and facilities, but also like you need like Cardinal Ren to provide VC resources and market dynamics and also some kind of global networks. So we translate the policy objectives to the market-driven the acceleration programs. Yeah. And also, as you may know that Taiwan also, especially in New Taipei City, we got a lot of academic resources and many universities and many academic resources also call New Taipei City home. So we also work closely with the leading universities in New Taipei City and Taipei City and to invite professors and students to visit our hub and communicate working with startup teams on a monthly basis. So all those kind of the three so-called three-headed model, I guess it's the especially in New Taipei City that actually provide us a very strong base to promote startups.
That's fantastic. Our friends in Europe who came up with those words, triple helix, will be very proud.
Yeah.
Last question goes to Grace and David. Grace, just here we are in 2026. 5 years from now in 2031, where are you hoping your company will be?
So actually in 5 years, I would definitely hope that our company will be in more than in Taiwan and not just in the US, but hopefully that's in the whole world, of course.
Why not? It's an app that can do that. It can do that. So well, I wish you great luck. And David, how about for your company? Where you hope to be in 5 years from now?
Well, thanks to Jason Huang, which is a great marketing he goes around and promote AI. So with the fast growing trend of AI, we expect our company to be a standard part of the enterprise AI and infrastructure, cybersecurity infrastructure. Hopefully Taiwan and also globally. We've been working with the Taiwan local hardware server company. As you know, Taiwan local hardware companies probably have 70%, 80% of the global market share. So we integrate our programs, AI agent into their hardwares and sell to the client for a total solution business model. So we hopefully that with these partner that we have, we can expand our business globally over the next 5 to 10 years.
Very savvy strategy. It worked for Google, so it could work for you with their Android phone, so it could work for you.
Yes,
that is unfortunately all we do have time for. It's been such a pleasure hearing from all of you. And I want to thank you sincerely for giving us this inside view of the startup economy of New Taipei City, Taiwan, and things that many people listening to this had no idea before now. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert.
Many cities and regions look to ICF to help them accelerate. We offer a strategic framework they can adapt to their unique needs. We can assess where they stand today and their potential for progress, and we offer economic and community development support to help them along the way. And you can learn more about all of that at intelligentcommunity.org. And while you're there, please check out the detailed profile of New Taipei City by clicking on the network menu. And you can also explore having your ICF certify your city or region as an intelligent community, for which you need to visit icfcertification.com. And finally, October 13 of this year is the date we kick off the annual ICF Global Summit, a gathering of city leaders, technologists, and educators from around the world. It takes place this year in the Columbus metropolitan region of the U.S. state of Ohio. Among the things you'll see there are that city of 37,000 I mentioned that's doing basically the same things that New Taipei City is doing at their own scale. It is a fantastic place to see firsthand the economic rise of the American Midwest on a technology foundation. And you can see ICF Summit 26, that's the number 26.org for details. Intelligence Test will be back next month with more exploration of what it takes to make a city or a region succeed in this hyper-accelerating digital century we live in. For ICF, this is Robert Bell.